The 20s, social and cultural tension. 1920 census reported that it was the first time more people lived in urban areas than rural. The nation had been divided between North and South, but now it was a rural-urban divide. On every important issue there was division. Urban Americans generally showed an openness to social change and new discoveries in science over traditional ideas about religion, called modernism. Country people held more traditional views on religion, science, and culture. In rural America, formal education had not been vital. Farmers wanted their kids to know the 3 R's, but further education collided with farm work. In the 1920s, many Christians thought Christianity was under attack throughout the world. Christians stood behind their fundamentalist beliefs. The Bible was the literal truth, and answers to every moral and scientific question were in the Bible. Fundamentalism and modernism clashed head-on in the Scopes trial about the theory of evolution developed by Charles Darwin. In 1925, Tennessee passed a law making it illegal to teach Darwin's theory. The American Civil Liberties Union convinced John Scopes, a biology teacher, to challenge the law. There is Charles Darwin. There is the Anti-Evolution League. These are rising up to fight against his teaching. Evolution trial, opened by prayer, judge has a Bible. And there is John Scopes. Nativists were Americans that disliked immigrants immensely. Nativists convinced Congress to set limits on immigration, specifically against immigrants that couldn't read in their native language. Wilson vetoed the law, and his veto was overridden. Immigrants were limited access by 2 laws, the Emergency Quota Act of 1921 and the National Origins Act of 1924. The National Origins Act of 1924 limited the number of immigrants from a given nationality. It could not exceed 2% of the number living in the U.S. in 1890. 1890 was chosen because that was before large numbers of people immigrated from Southern and Eastern Europe. And there you can see the map. Southern and Eastern Europe would include Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary. Those are typically not people like the British. The act also excluded most Asian immigrants. Most Mexican newcomers found work harvesting crops in Texas and California. The KKK saw increased growth, except now they preached a hatred for Catholics, Jews, and immigrants, as well as their traditional hatred of African Americans. I love this poster. Irony, it strikes at the best time. Instead of setting the cross on fire, he inadvertently lit himself up. Klan membership grew to 4 to 5 million members. Indianapolis was a center of Klan strength. Klan leader David Stevenson controlled numerous politicians. The NAACP and the Anti-Defamation League fought against the KKK. They embraced the notion that America was a melting pot since its beginning. Another divisive issue is prohibition, the banning of alcohol use. There you can see the seal for the NAACP, the Anti-Defamation League, and you've seen that poster before in class. There they are pouring out alcohol again. In 1919, the states ratified the 18th Amendment forbidding the manufacture, sale, or distribution of alcohol anywhere in the U.S. Congress passed the Volstead Act, which enforced the amendment. People made alcohol in stills or brought it from other countries. Bootleggers sold illegal alcohol to consumers. In cities, secret clubs to drink were established called speakeasies. There you can see a still, and they're protecting it with shotguns. East side, west side, all around the block, the bootleggers' Russian business at all hours of the clock. And of course, they're selling it out a side door. Down on the bottom, you'll see there's a car with, again, men with guns. This is, they believe, how NASCAR got started. People would take stock cars, they would soup them up, and then they would race to get away from the police as they were carrying moonshine.